Let's be honest, the SUV market today is just massive. It's a sea of stats, trims, and acronyms, and after a while, everything just starts to look the same. It can be completely overwhelming. So yeah, with all that noise out there, how do you actually cut through it all and find the one that's a perfect match, the one that actually fits your life, not just a spot in the garage? Well, that's the big question we're going to tackle. And here's the secret, and this is really the key to the whole thing. The best way to choose isn't to start by comparing cars. Nope. It's to start by understanding yourself. So we're going to break this all down by looking at three main types of drivers. Ready? Let's figure out what kind of driver you are. Okay, first up, we have the family first hauler. You know this person. This is the driver whose SUV is basically mission control for the entire family. We're talking carpools, soccer practice, huge grocery runs, and those epic family road trips. For this driver, the priorities are crystal clear. You need space and lots of it. Seating for everyone, cargo room that can handle sports gear one day and a week's worth of luggage the next, and of course, safety features that just give you that extra peace of mind. So let's look at two of the heavy hitters in this space, the Kia Telluride and the Ford Explorer. Right away, you can see the trade-offs. The Telluride has room for one more person, a little more towing power, but it's that expert take that really tells the story. The Telluride is called the gold standard, the Explorer's third row, claustrophobic. For a family hauler, that's a huge deal. That's the difference between a peaceful ride and a car full of cranky, cramped kids. And this quote from Car and Driver just nails it. The Explorer, it gets the job done. It's a workhorse, but it's missing that premium feel, that refinement you might want if you're spending hours and hours in the car every week. So who's the Explorer really for? It's for the driver who needs pure, raw utility over a more polished, comfortable experience. The Telluride, on the other hand, really leans into that premium vibe. We're talking about things like available Napa leather, heated and ventilated seats, not just for the parents, but for the kids in the second row, and those dual sunroofs that make the whole cabin feel open and airy. This is for the family that wants all the practicality, but doesn't want to sacrifice on comfort and style. All right, on to our second driver archetype, the smart, sensible spender. This driver is playing the long game. They're thinking about the total cost of ownership, not just that initial price tag. For this person, it really comes down to three key questions. How much is it going to cost me at the pump? How often is it going to be in the shop? And maybe most importantly, what's it going to be worth when I'm ready to sell it? You see, it's a financial decision just as much as it is a transportation one. Now, in this category, two names always float to the top: the Honda CR-V Hybrid and the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Their fuel economy is nearly a dead heat, and both are just covered in awards. The CR-V might start a little bit cheaper, but you'll see in a second that the RAV4 has its own financial ace up its sleeve. The CR-V is, well, it's the definition of a safe bet. Like Car and Driver says, it's a household name for good reason. It's an incredible all-arounder for the driver who just wants a super reliable, efficient vehicle without any drama. But here's the RAV4's secret weapon. According to the experts at Kelley Blue Book, Toyota as a brand has the best resale values in the business. And that's no accident. That's built on decades of a reputation for being absolutely bulletproof. So what does that mean for you? It means while you might pay a little more up front, you're going to get a lot more of that money back when it's time to sell. The RAV4 is for the spender who's truly playing the long game with their investment. And finally, our third archetype, the weekend adventure seeker. This driver needs an SUV that can handle the Monday to Friday commute, no problem, but is also ready to get a little dirty on Saturday and Sunday. What's really interesting here is that car makers are now adding these adventure-focused trims to their most popular family SUVs. So you've got the Telluride X Pro, the Explorer Tremor, the CR-V Trail Sport. They all come straight from the factory with all-terrain tires and beefed-up capability. Now, the bigger SUVs are still king when it comes to towing, but even compacts like the CR-V are getting way more rugged. So what actually turns a standard SUV into something that's ready for adventure? Well, it's kind of a formula. You start with a smart all-wheel drive system that knows where to send power. Then, you add functional roof rails for things like kayaks or cargo boxes. For the bigger toys, you need solid towing capacity. And, the cherry on top, a good set of all-terrain tires that can handle more than just perfect pavement. Okay, so you've probably identified your driver type by now. But no matter which camp you fall into, there are a couple of key data points that everyone should be looking at. Let's dig into the hard numbers that apply to any choice you make. First up, safety. The absolute gold standard for crash protection is the NHTSA 5-star safety rating. This is the government's super rigorous, head-to-toe crash test program. Getting a 5-star rating means a vehicle has proven it can protect you and your family if a collision happens. But you know what's even better than surviving a crash? Avoiding it in the first place. And that's where the IIHS Top Safety Pick Awards come in. They put a huge emphasis on crash avoidance technology. For instance, the Subaru Forester gets top marks because its standard system is amazing at preventing collisions, not just with other cars, but with pedestrians too. And finally, let's circle back to money, because this is so important. This data from J.D. Power really tells a story. After 5 years, the average vehicle loses almost half its value. It's just gone. But look at models like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. They hold on to so much more of their original value. What this means is choosing a brand known for high resale value can literally save you thousands of dollars in depreciation. All right, we have covered a lot of ground. We've gone from three-row family haulers to super efficient hybrids to rugged weekend adventurers, and we've backed it all up with hard data. Which, of course, brings us right back to the most important question of all. Are you the family hauler who needs space and comfort above everything else? Are you the smart spender, laser-focused on long-term value? Or are you the weekend adventurer, just waiting to leave the pavement behind? Because at the end of the day, the perfect SUV isn't the one with the best specs on a piece of paper. It's the one that just fits. The one that's a reflection of the life you actually live. The right car should make your life easier and better. And now you have the framework to go out and find it.